so
Why
that
do
they
you
don't
need to
end
learn
up...
how to deal with people?
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I teach guys to avoid women like you, as a matter of fact.
Thank you. Stay away
Yeah,
from me.
yeah, well, I don't know. You should be in the kitchen somewhere, but it's fine. We'll have this discussion. Yeah, the reality is...
And you don't get that level of status and want to come back and deal with a woman that's going to sit there and argue with you. Like, the dumbest thing that women say is like, oh, yeah, you don't want a woman that challenges you? No, you dumb. Like, no, thank you. We got to go out and fight the world. Last thing I want to do is come back and argue with a woman.
When it comes to mainstream media and viral moments from the Manosphere, there's a reason why guys like Myron Gaines and Andrew Tate keep getting pushed as the poster boys of this space, whether we like it or not.
Involuntary celibate stuff, it's the Andrew Tate shite.
It's not just what they say, it's how they say it. And sometimes all it takes is one word.
The Manosphere is made up of macho podcasters and influencers.
There's no such thing as an independent female.
Most women have zero concept of like money.
Females don't have independent thought.
Today, we're breaking down a live stream panel from After Hours with Anton Daniels, where Myron jumps in, drops a verbal nuke, and the energy in the room flips like a light switch. This is Exhibit A of why Myron gets the clicks, the hate, the fans, the outrage, and why the media just can't quit him. Let's roll the clip.
Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we many.
Can I comment on this?
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
What's up, Anton? Thanks for having me on, bro. I had to come in and show love because you showed me love, and I don't forget those that show support, man. So I figured I'd come in here real quick. So what I'm about to say does not represent any of the members of the panel, so I'm just going to be very honest and blunt about what I'm about to say, because it might be offensive. The reality is most women are retarded, okay? And the reality about this...
Pause right there. The word lands, and you can literally feel the temperature change. Two guys who were just beefing.
What's the difference? What's the difference? I'm asking you.
I hate arguing with you, bro.
Because you can't, you don't like this because you don't want anyone to make you substantiate your arguments. You can't just say blanket statements.
You're the king of not substantiating your argument.
Bro,
Now they're cracking up like middle schoolers behind the gym. Anton can't help but smirk. The women smiles, disbelief, maybe a little smoke coming out their ears. But no one leaves, no one logs off. Why? Because now it's a show. And let's be real. This is why Myron gets clipped. That one word, it's a flashbang grenade. Offensive? Yep. Outdated? For sure. Effective? Without a doubt. But Myron doesn't drop words like that accidentally. He's not confused. He's calculated. He's not talking about medical conditions. He's saying, in his view, that most women are mentally underdeveloped when it comes to logic and decision-making in the dating arena.
You guys need to understand, when I say that most women are retarded, is that the software is always the same. The hardware is what's different, whether the skin color, the cultural background, whatever, the hardware is always the same. The software is always the same. The hardware might be different. So the only real difference, right, sometimes is cultural situations, background, the way they grew up, etc., will maybe dictate their mannerisms, the way they behave, and what they're trying to do. But at the end of the day, all women are trying to do the same thing, which is do what? Get the best man that they can get based on their education level, socioeconomic level, where they stand socioeconomically. And that's just kind of how it goes. Now, different races and different cultures obviously go about it in different ways, right? We can look at a lot of black women. They're attracted to the thug type. They're attracted to men that exude masculine characteristics, though they might be more, reminiscent of like being a criminal, because these are traits that women look for in a lot of situations. Or it could be, the white girl who's looking for a guy who has some money and some status and has some bad boy tendencies, but, has some status alongside it. So every race goes about it in different ways. But the reality is women are all looking for the same type of guy. The way they go about it might be differently because hypergamy, extends regardless of what a woman's race is. Just so happens that they go about it in different ways. But the reality is that women are always going to fall to hypergamy.
His core message: women are hypergamous. Their instinct is to look up. So when a man doesn't check every single status box, they can't respect him. Their emotions override their logic. Not emotional, primitive. Now, does that justify saying retarded? Probably not, but that's exactly the point. It's shock value with a thesis behind it. That combo? Pure gold. This is why he gets the invites, the controversy, the platform, the attention. And here's the reality. Not everyone in the Manosphere talks like this. Not everyone agrees with how far he takes it. But once the media picks a villain, they don't go looking for nuance. They go for the loudest one in the room. Now let's go to Exhibit B.
Do you think that it changes based off of culture or race? So, like, for example,
Sure.
What Paul Pierce saying that a lot of NBA players, because see, my opinion of it, when Paul Pierce said that a lot of NBA players or athletes go for white women, I think that a lot of NBA players that I've met has just been goofy. Like, a lot of them are young. A lot of them haven't necessarily lived long enough. A lot of them get resources, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they understand the dynamics of women. A lot of times they just get with women based off of what's available, and a lot of them are at their hotel rooms, or a lot of them at the hotel before they even show up. Do you think that the cultural differences also yield different results when it comes to women? And I'm not even just talking about athletes, I'm talking about great men in general. Do you think that the cultural differences or the race plays a role in whether or not men are attracted to them, or do you just think that it's culture by itself and the type of men that women go after?
I mean, it's such a multitude of different things. Like, if we're going to talk about NBA players, right, for example, just as the first one. So a lot of these guys play college first. When you're in college, a lot of the times you're in a white dominant, situation where you're an athlete, you're Division I athlete. I could say this from experience from being Division I athlete myself. Like, the women are going to just gravitate towards the D1 athletes. And then when you're a basketball player or a football player at a Division I school, you're kind of at the top of the pecking order from a social status perspective. So what ends up happening is, let's say you did come from an inner city, you were the top guy, then you go to a big Division I school, you're not seeing Shaniqua and LaQuisha anymore. You're seeing, Becky and a bunch of other girls from Midwest. So, like, your thing switches, and men, we like variety. So since men like variety, this is something different that I'm not used to. Oh, I'm going to go with this. And what ends up happening a lot of times is these guys will get a girl in college, and that girl will kind of follow them along. And then, they might have that chick as a woman that was with them when they were playing sports, or they might find a girl once they get into league or whatever. But what I've realized is, like, with men, it just comes down to variety. I don't think men care so much about, everyone has their preferences, of course, but I think what men care about the most is, like, is this girl going to be submissive, not be a pain in the ass? Because a lot of times when men make money and they acquire status, they acquire that money and status, and the first thing they do is get rid of problematic women a lot of the times, right? Because you don't make that kind of money and you don't get that level of status and want to come back and deal with a woman that's going to sit there and argue with you. Like, the dumbest thing that women say is like, oh, yeah, you don't want a woman that challenges you? No, you dumb whore. Like, no, thank you. We got to go out and fight the world.
Another masterclass in chaos. That entire breakdown, flawless. He was surgical, articulate, until the final punch. Then, bam.
No, you dumb whore. Like, no, thank you.
Was it necessary? Nope. Did it work? Oh, absolutely. Because just like a freestyle battle, it's not about being correct. It's about the finish. That final hit turns it from a discussion to a moment. And again, let's be honest. The question was classic effingest fluff. Don't you want a woman who challenges you? Translation, don't you want someone who argues, nags, questions you, and calls it empowerment? So yes, the question's dumb, but that doesn't make her a whore. Myron knows that. But he's not aiming for accuracy. He's aiming for impact. And that's why the media eats it up. Because now it's a viral clip, not a conversation. The rest of what he said, gone, overshadowed, canceled out by 2 words. But here's where it gets interesting.
I agree.
I just don't understand why everybody was so quiet. When I be saying that shit, damn near the exact same things. Everybody got all the pushback in the world.
You said you get
we
pushback.
talk to you every day, Slimmy.
So quiet.
I know.
Wait, you said you get,
I know.
You said you get pushback on what now?
I be saying the exact same shit.
Oh no. What did you say you get pushback on?
I just said differently.
What did you say you get pushback on?
Say what he says.
You say what?
Huh?
What do you say?
What do you get pushback on?
No. I be saying the exact same things that he was just saying.
But
we all do.
What do you get pushback on is what Mika was saying. Like, what part would you normally get pushback from us on?
You couldn't
know what parts. You know y'all don't be sitting there that damn. You know y'all don't be sitting there that damn quiet.
Who else substantiate their argument now?
You know.
There it is. The elephant in the chat. Slimmy's not wrong. He's pointing out the hypocrisy. Everyone on that panel had something to say when he made a point, until Myron logged in. Why? Because Clout talks louder than content. It's not about what's being said, it's about who's saying it. You could have 10 guys making the exact same point, but if Myron or Tate says it, boom, it hits different. That's the formula. It's not just about being right. It's about being recognizable, polarizing, undeniable.
So
Why
that
do
they
you
don't
need to
end
learn
up-
how to deal with people?
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I teach guys to avoid women like you, as a matter of fact.
Thank you. Stay away
Yeah,
from me.
yeah, well, I don't know. You should be in a kitchen somewhere, but it's fine. We'll have this discussion.
Fresh and Fit didn't blow up because they discovered a secret code. They blew up because they put that code on full display with fireworks. They brought women into the studio, created real-time tension, let the chaos happen, and never apologized for it. That's what made them go viral. Same with Tate. He didn't invent red pill ideology, but he wrapped it in a Bugatti, an accent, sunglasses, and outrageous one-liners. So when Slimmy says, y'all only care when he says it, he's not bitter. He's just telling the truth. This is the game.
Right? Like, I actually am being honest here and saying that female sports are pretty pointless and no one watches it because it's not interesting.
And here's the thing, the message is often valid. Men are tired of combative women, tired of feeling like relationships are uphill battles, tired of being told they're weak for not wanting to be challenged 24/7. That's the message. But once it's delivered with dumb whore at the end, nobody remembers the sermon. They just remember the slap. And that's the trade-off. The media doesn't hate Myron and Tate because they're wrong. They hate them because they're loud, persuasive, and can't be ignored. They're viral, they're headline material, and worst of all, sometimes they're right.
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.